We ain't beefing, I don't want no smoke. It ain't no secret, they know all of us are dope. And our people need us, we can't let them fight this battle alone. We done lost some folks and we can't lose no more. So I'ma be
breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans.
You've been lied to. You've been told that the enemy stands beside you. Your neighbor is your rival. That's what they use to divide you. But I ain't beefing with nobody that got the same problems I do. Don't always work, but I try to. I can be prideful when I often lose my cool, but I choose to commit to being better so we can eat together. Cause compared to black lives, our beef don't really matter. The day of us fighting each other is over. Wish they love my folks like they loving my culture. But we ain't even pressed, I ain't even gon' hold ya. We don't need your stamp, we co-signing our own stuff. Don't need permission, you dealing with grown-ups. And our ancestors, they told us you owe us. So we here to collect, make the check out the black crowd and on one.
we ain't beefing, I don't want no smoke. It ain't no secret, they know all of us are dope. And our people need us, we can't let them fight this battle alone. We done lost some folks and we can't lose no more. So I'ma be
breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making
Just got a call from my dog, he was limping. He said that he saw what he saw, but wish he didn't. I told him that we all was appalled at what we witnessed. He said that the law be going hard. I said they been dead, where you been? It's time to bring your best out, kings. Cause this ain't a protest, this a lifestyle change. Which means my child is your child. Protect and respect our queen. Hell of a thing to be melanin made.
ain't beefing, I don't want no smoke. It ain't no secret, they know all of us are dope. They know. And our people need us, we can't let them fight this battle alone. We done lost some folks and we can't lose no more.
So mama,
breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. One more. For Black Lives Matter Plaza. Song by Steve Roy and Alfred Duncan, otherwise known as Black Blue. What up? One more. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, good to see y'all. Good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to each and every age, wherever you're listening to. Welcome into Let's Go Live with Lamont King. Let's go. My name is Lamont King, man. Good to have y'all. I hope you are safe and sound wherever you at, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in today. We here Monday through Friday, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. East Coast time. Shout out to my friends on the West Coast. Global on the check-in. Just got word I'm being viewed in Texas right now. So, hey, salute. Everything is bigger. Even Let's Go Live. I ain't. One time. Good to see y'all, man. We made it. It was a whole nother day. Could have gone the other way. You could be anywhere. but you here. You dig me? All right, housekeeping. Let's get it out the way. Shout out to our new patrons. We got some patrons from yesterday. First off, download the Humor Mill app, and here's why. Let's go to it right now. I got the app, and I'm gonna go and see. After 6 weeks of technical difficulties, I'm gonna see what it looked like in the app. Is we streaming or not? So that way, if you having issues with Facebook and issues with YouTube, you go right to the app. Go to the Humor Mill app. That's how it look on the inside. You'll see all the number one source of comedy and news entertainment. They're carrying the show. Click on DL Hughley's face. He right there. You see him? It's called Live Comedy TV. And guess who? Guess who's playing? Let's go live. Do it on your tablet or your computer or something. Figure it out. That's my jingle. Let's go live. I'm gonna get somebody to do that too. This is gonna be super cheesy and super corny, and it's going to work because that's what sells. So yeah, man. Oh, shout out to our patrons. We got some new partners that joined us yesterday. That otherwise means that they supported the cause. We're broadcasting live out of Tiny Closet Studios. We do a lot with a little. We're in the tiny closet, man. A lot of content coming out of here. So we pumping content out daily, man, for your nutrition. We feeding. My man Rob Minton from a new show called Old Head Youngins, a hip hop trivia show on Instagram. Old Head Youngins. My man Rob Minton is one of our new VIP partners. I appreciate you supporting the program, fam. I appreciate you, dog. Thank you. All right. So for the rest of y'all, if during the course of the show, at some point you feel so inclined and so compelled and you're like, that was pretty good, go ahead and slide over to the Cash App, drop $1 or something.
Happy every day.
You know what I mean? Happy every day. Go slide some money over there. Or my Patreon, where you can see all my content all at once. What we do over there is we kind of give you the whole situation, not in parts, not in pieces, but all in one centralized location. Some people like it that way, so they have subscribed to my Patreon, and that way we get, it's a recurring thing every month. It's kind of like a susu, but it's not. It's a little different. It's just, yeah. We're not gifting, you're not getting watered, but you're still getting entertained, and your day is better for it. I believe so. Anyway, that's an inside joke for those of you that was on the show yesterday. Man, learned a lot about Susu. Man, I realized that some aspects of it will really draw government attention. So I ain't gonna mention it today. I did some research. I just say I support everybody doing that, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon. All right. Leave it at that. All right, let's get it, man. Hey, so yesterday also, Drunken Fruit, what up? Hold up. They in here. One of my longtime partners right here, black owned and black operated. They want a unique product. It's adult candy. You got to see for yourself. You got to taste for yourself. Check out the website. Real big situation. The peoples. DrunkenFruit.com, one of our longtime sponsors. All right. Where I'm at with it. Let's go back. So yesterday, man. So here's what happened yesterday. We had a dope show yesterday. And we covered a lot. And one of the things that we covered was Nick Cannon's remarks, which went public, which went viral. That's the thing about going viral. You hope that you do. And then sometimes when you do, you wish that you had not. So a clip from his most recent Cannon's class with Professor Griff, formerly of Public Enemy, went viral. And the one I played on the show yesterday was we played a specific quote, and we were talking about cancel culture. And the one I played yesterday wasn't even the one that got him in hot water. And we jokingly, our executive producer got on Mr. Clarkson, and he said that Terry Crews is auditioning for Nick's job because Nick is out of a job. And then it's at the end of the show yesterday, 7 p.m. It's a very prophetic show, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a longtime fan of this show and the movement and what we do here, you'll understand that we're very prophetic. So yesterday, close to 7 o'clock, we was like, Nick out of a job. Ha ha. Jokingly, right? And what do we wake up to this morning? Viacom cuts all ties with Nick Cannon. He's been there for 20 years. cut all ties. He pretty much grew up working under and with that network. And they decided that some of his remarks on the podcast were deemed anti-Semitic. And so they said, we're not going to tolerate it. In this age of we're standing against bigotry. And so what I played yesterday wasn't even what got him in trouble. Because what I played yesterday, everybody was like, oh, yeah, what did he say that wasn't true? And then, but the clip apparently that I saw today is what really kind of got him in hot water. And he released Nick Cannon, he released an initial statement saying that he takes full responsibilities for his action. It wasn't an apology. He was just like, yeah, I own it. I might have said too much. But that's me. And then later on, the news cycle moves very, very fast. And so later on in the afternoon, he released like a 7-page anthology manifesto. That's my word for the week. Manifesto. Really yo, I went to college. I got this criminal justice degree. I slept on it. I thought about what y'all said. Here you go. So now Nick Cannon is like, nah, man, I want the rights to my show, Wildin' Out, which is a $1 billion moneymaker for your network. And I demand a public apology from you. I was like, oh, look at the big draws on Nick Cannon. Okay, Nick. And yeah. So that was a ballsy, gutsy move. He threw it in your court. He's like, nah, you're not just going, steamroll me like that. I demand an apology for you for taking what I said, 1, out of context, 2, misrepresenting me, and 3, defaming my character. All arguable points. So that's where it stands now. Then, of course, social media has its way with it. Puffy made a post, and Diddy said, come home. You don't want networks all on your shows, listening into your podcast. Come to revolt. That's what Diddy said. He said, come home, black-owned, operated. We waiting for you. So that's going to be the next move. So it's an interesting week, man. I don't even like really touching on headlines because you probably heard them already by now. But it's been a tricky week. I mean, Megan Thee Stallion got shot in the foot and told the police she was all right, but she was in the car with Tory Lanez, R&B singer, and he had a gun, and he got arrested. And they was all in a house party with Kylie Jenner, and Kylie Jenner's nowhere to be found. Like this week, man. This week, it's like 2020 gets like better and worse at the same time, but it's like week to week. Here's a good story before I bring my first guest on. We had a dope comedian coming on to lighten things up a little bit. But I want to touch on a couple stories that really grabbed my interest, and this is one. So this is out of Kentucky, Houston Texans wide receiver Kenny Stills. Kenny Stills, he was arrested for protesting the police killing of Breonna Taylor. In case you didn't know, her killers are still on the loose, presumed armed and dangerous. Do not apprehend. Call the police, and let's hope for the best. They were protesting on the front yard of the Attorney General of of Kentucky, Daniel Cameron, black dude. You seen him? In a call for justice. Over 100 people marched, and several of them were arrested, including wide receiver Kenny Stills. So Kenny Stills, I'm not a fan of the NFL. Don't know who you are, but Kenny Stills, round of applause. Round of applause, my G. All right. Also, today is tax day. You might have forgot. It crept up on me, same way it crept up on you. So hold on. Lonnie just sent me this. Let me convey this information. I'm all about information sharing, man. I'm all about information sharing. So today is tax day. So if you want to file an extension, make sure you go get the form to do so. Extension of your file. It's at irs.gov, the form to file an extension if you don't owe. If you do owe, you file an extension. You still got to pay. You just won't be penalized for it. So know that. Today's July 15th. This was the extension. All right. Sound good. Sound like we up to speed, at least for now anyway. All right. I'm gonna bring this to the show, man. Let's go live with my man. My man right here, he hometown favorite of mine, man. One of the real young gunners in comedy, man. I like to salute and shout out people I really think, got it. So I always have my peoples on and my peers and whatnot. And this guy right here is a DC favorite, and he just dropped an album, a special. I don't even know what they call it these days, but he just dropped a digital project that's available for you and yours. Please welcome Mr. Rallo Boykins.
Hey, it's me, baby. It's me.
What's up? What's
Yeah,
up with you, man?
Man, I'm cooling, man. Just trying to stay creative and not fall behind the pack, man.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Say that again. Trying to, do what needs to be done, what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? There we go. There we go. Be still, man. Can you hear me? Oh hell. See, it's always the good ones, the good interviews. And you sideways. All right, we gotta get that laptop out. We ran a test and we had the phone and the laptop. So you might have to get that laptop, champ. It's these G's, man. People don't be having these 5Gs. They don't appreciate the 5G. All right, let me take them out of there. Hey, man, let me text him. Get the laptop, champ. Go with option 2. We prepped for this today. Hey, Peanut Gallery, keep it down. We know what the situation is, man. Don't play with it. Hey, all right, so we're going to get the laptop. So anyway, while we waiting for him to come back on, stand by. Appreciate y'all tuning in from the 504 too. I see we got some newcomers today. Shout out to y'all. Hey, this is like every day, so don't get on here and be like, hey, what's somebody talking about the show? But what's wrong? They ain't got everything. No, this is like clockwork. This happens every day at the same time. All right, you gonna hear me back? If not, I'm gonna get them on the phone. Let's do that. That ain't nothing. And then had that picture up there, it froze, and it'd be like via satellite. Anyway, somebody just subscribed to the Patreon. Appreciate it, Amani. I appreciate you for joining the VIP. Very important patrons at Patreon. I appreciate it. Yes, I do believe there's a digital hit out on me from Jada Pinkett Smith for comments that I made last week, which is so unfortunate. I don't have anything to do with the comments were not my own. I do not own the rights to those comments. Robert Jenkins, what up? All right, stand by, y'all. We got a funny guest. We're just trying to work out get him on here real quick. We ran a test about an hour ago, and everything was golden. The phone was good. The laptop, one was better. I ain't gonna tell y'all which one was better, but we're going to option 2 right now. So, COVID-19 on the building, y'all. What's up? What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. COVID-19 in the building. All right. So anyway, back to 2020 while we wait for this. I'm gonna tell them to use the laptop. Use the laptop, my G. Oh, here we go. All right, where we at? We on the laptop?
We on the top.
All right, now I got to get you in though. I got to get you in there. There we go. All right. Yeah, it's a little darker, but we're gonna live with it.
Dog, I tried to get the flashlight on there. Shit.
Yeah, nah, we'll need that. What are you laying on your stomach? What you tummy down? What's this position?
Yeah, man, I'm in a prone position, man, like a fucking Marine.
Oh, okay. All right. Sniper action. All right. So look, man, while we got you, man, just introduce yourself real quick. Where you from? How you got into comedy, and what you got going on now?
Hey, man, Rallo, Hyattsville, Maryland, PG County. What's up with y'all? Living in Brooklyn, doing my thing, and I'm dropping the album. Is it next week? It's coming out the 24th, whenever July 24th. Debut comedy album, The Birth of a Troll. I'm excited about it. It's only the beginning.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about that title first, man. The Birth of a Troll, because I seen the cover art, and we're gonna put that up in a few. It's funny because I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. I see what he's doing. Where'd you come up with that title from? For
I've been had that album title, man, probably going back to like maybe 2016, when I started trolling on Facebook and Instagram, and just being an agitator, poking fun at people, being mischievous, rubbed some people the wrong way, lost some fans, man. I did, but they was fair weather, and I say good riddance, man, because I don't want the casual. You don't want the casual is good just for income. It's like you're likable, but I want the diehards. I want people that get it. That's what I want.
You want people to see through the trolling for what it is.
I want the diehards, man. I want critical thinkers, man. That's very important to me. If you ain't a critical thinker, I don't really want to fuck with you. So I think it was for the best. And, I just drove it home with that title. With my podcast, Hotep Holla, man. This is what I'm doing with my career right now.
Which is hilarious, the Hotep Holla. And it's funny because, you're looking for the critical thinkers. And a lot of times, things get lost in translation on social media. Because every post you make, I get. And I try to, I similarly move. Well, I move in a similar way, right? But I've also learned that it can get lost in translation because people don't have they don't pick up the context that you've given out when you write it.
That's true.
Because everybody reads it differently than you write. And I see something, I'm like, oh man, he gonna start some shit today. And it's like you wake up every morning trolling, essentially.
Ooh, man,
but you be really trying to just make them, think about some shit that they wouldn't ordinarily think about.
That too, and often, man, it's rooted in humor. It's never trolling just to troll. Never trolling just to troll. Humor is always the motivation. But when people don't like the joke, if you do a joke, if you got a joke about transgenders, and somebody get triggered, they don't care about the joke. They just trigger. Yeah. And you got to be held accountable for that.
Now, when you say you've lost fans, give me an example of something that you might have said on
I did. So I had a post and I said, what did I say? It was something along the lines of, it's not harassment if she likes you. That's what I said. Okay. That was the post. Okay. And man, it got received. Some people got it. Some people understood what I was doing with the premise. Other people, man, my homegirl hit me up. She was like, man, I was in college and this guy was dating. He forced himself on me. I was like, listen, what? Listen, I'm making a post about how men and women interact. It's not that deep. It's deep for you, and I appreciate that and understand. But don't make me the villain. Don't make me the villain. I'm not the villain. I'm not the villain.
And that's hard though. Yeah, that's a hard one. Because they'll be like, I'm never coming to any more of your shows.
That's what they say, man. Yeah. And I gotta be like good riddance, man. I gotta have that attitude, Lamont. I have to have that attitude. I'm not interested in the casuals.
Yeah, but would you admit would you admit though, at least when you do it on stage, it has a different effect than when you write and post it?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah. I say a lot of crazy shit and I pass it off with a smile and a smirk and a tone. It's a lot of things you can add with just the bare, joke or premise when you on stage. But I vet a lot of premises on Facebook. So, that's kind of my way of working when I'm not working. And it is what it is. The way I'm doing it is helping me find like my core base, people that I would be like, hey, my album coming out. You want to fuck with it. They're going to fuck with it because they get it.
Yeah,
they get it. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's entertaining to them. They're not experimenting with it.
Yeah, man. So
they're not like, I wonder if he's funny. They like, no, he's funny. That's my man. I want to hear whatever he got coming.
Well, motherfucker, you can't tell me I'm not funny. That's what you can't. If you say that, I just gotta dismiss you. I gotta dismiss you. 100%. 100%.
But now It's social media, man. We've all had to pivot. And I think you've done a really good job, even though this is your generation, so you should be. But you found a way to capitalize off of a funny one thing that you do, and that's the matinee.
Oh
The
yeah, the Rallo reviews, man.
Rallo reviews, movie reviews. I remember when you first started, you get about 19, 20 views. Now it's everyone goes viral, and I think that's a big deal. Where did that idea come from?
Well, I mean, with comedy, I would like to tell all the vets. Well, it's different. You in a class maybe above me, right? But what I wanted to do was bridge my interest outside of comedy with comedy.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So that's when the movie reviews happen. I'm like, man, I like going to the movies. Let me bridge this with comedy. Oh, and my new project, Comics on the Couch, playing video games. I like video games. Let me bridge this with comedy. And I think that's really how you develop your base and make it so that, it's enjoyable even when you're not on stage. Right. And yeah, man, I had fun doing it, man. And that's what it's about for me right now, the fun and the money.
Yeah, yeah. And some of them, I'll be like, okay, like I have no intention to see the movie, but just your review is entertaining by itself. You know what I mean?
About people, listen, man. It's people that love my reviews that will probably never come to a live show.
Wow.
Ever. They might buy the album because they like the reviews. You got to do both in this climate, man. Def Jam is dead, Lamont. It's dead.
Yeah. You're not doing 10 minutes on TV no more. You're not doing it. It's not going to happen.
That shit is dead. You see what they did to Nick? Shit is different now. So if you want to survive in this market, man, you got to adapt. You got to find a way to make it work. Just like you found a way to write jokes.
Yeah.
It ain't no different.
And you, I mean, this is not new for you because you actually had your product game going before a lot of people.
Man, listen, I'm trying to get back to it, man.
Your cocoa butter situation. Was it cocoa butter or shea butter?
No, it's cocoa butter. It was Rallo's cocoa butter. That's coming back out. I'm rebranding.
Yeah. You don't even have to. So this dude, all right, for those that don't know, Howard grad, right? So he's not a dummy. So one of your bits was about your skin tone and needing to stay moisturized, right? Remember, like he would legit be backstage lubing up, greasing up before the show. And he'd get to that joke and that whole segment of his material and everybody ha he. But guess what? At the end of the show, off stage, he's selling his own brand of cocoa butter, which is genius.
Listen.
Where'd it go? You should have never left.
You right, man. Listen, man, people don't it's tough to do it all. And I'm cheap. Mm-hmm. I gotta get better because this show business, but for real, your business weighs more than your show.
More than your show.
It weighs a lot more than your show. Yeah. And it's a lot of investing your bread, getting into your savings, depending on how your money is, and flipping. And I'm a saving ass nigga, Lamont. I like to put a little bit. I flip a little bit, but I can't flip half. I don't take risks like that. I got to get better at taking risks. This is a real business.
It is. And if anything,
you're ambitious, man.
Yeah. Too ambitious. And you need a team too. You need somebody to show up with the cocoa butter, so you ain't got to remember to bring it.
A team helps, man. A team helps, man, for everything. Like a lot of the big successes came through collaborations, man. That shit, But you know how this shit is.
Yeah. But talk about that. So you were in a crew. You started out with a crew that did very well in the city called Homegrown Hilarity.
Homegrown Hilarity. Shout out Russ and Keith, man.
Yeah, Russ. And how was that? How was that experience? Like, how did y'all even pull that together? Because y'all had a nice little run.
Yeah, I mean, I love working with those dudes, man. The way Russ remember it, because I really don't remember it. I think we met at a spot on U Street, Queen Makita's. He was like, man, I think we was all just starting in the scene. And Russ was like, man, we need to put this, team together and, do shows, produce shows. And I was like, I mean, I fucked. Russ was cool. I was like, all right, let's see what happens. And then it started from there, man. We ended up doing a lot of stuff. We went to North Carolina with Sylvia Morrison. That was an experience. We started running shows, and what we wanted to do was show that you could have, you know, comedians doing mainstream material and black material, and you could have them on the same show and have it work. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the goal was. And it was cool, man. We
all three of y'all went to Howard though, right? And y'all ain't know each other?
Keith ain't go to Howard. Keith ain't go to Howard. And Russ older than me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Russ was at Howard before me.
I'm looking up your Instagram page right now. I'm gonna try to play one of your Rallo reviews real quick. See if we can get that going.
We had a disagreement on that Cat Williams.
I was just going to ask you that. So 2 Minutes of Fame, right? Jay Farrow, Cat Williams.
100%.
It's on, what is that, Netflix? Or I forgot how I saw it.
No, I seen that on Amazon Prime. They be looking out for your boy.
Yeah, I don't have Amazon Prime. I think it was on the stick. I was on pause the stick. And but no, it for me, I related to so much in it. It was cheesy only because of Jay Farrow. Like I like him, but his acting, he's just over the top. He's not acting. But
it's not funny.
Okay, all right.
I didn't want to say it, but I mean, I feel like I gotta be candid. For me, if this is a comedy movie, I want to laugh. If I'm not laughing, I can't.
It was a character movie. I wouldn't give it a comedy movie. It has some funny moments.
You want to know why? Because if you put another comedian there, it becomes a funnier movie. And so I gotta rate it as such. It's not a drama.
It had a strong story. Hold on. Let's play your review real quick. I'm gonna play your review. As I liked it. It was quirky. It was low budget. It was one of them 11:45 at night. I ain't doing nothing, and I probably won't get up early tomorrow. So let me watch this movie. It was one of those. But I could relate to the storyline is what it got me, because I was like, damn, I experienced a lot of what he dealt with living in LA. So I was like, oh, that's for me.
Niggas was setting you up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You ain't read the book? That's gonna be in the book. It was when he lost the competition, I was like, I lost the competition in the same way. I was like, how they know? All right, hold on.
That's wild.
All right, let's try to play this. Hopefully I won't get no copyright bump. I don't want no smoke.
Nah, you should be good money.
Netflix, but the Prime got a whole bunch of shit. So I watched 2 Minutes of Fame last night, and it turned out to be 2 hours of lame. I'm joking. Only the first hour and a half was trash. The shit just wasn't funny, man. It was largely corny, and I was upset because it could have been better had it just been recasted.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to stop it right there because I hear that music in the back. Hey, they go get me. YouTube will bump this whole thing in 87 countries. I don't need that. But the reviews are funny, man. But 2 minutes, I thought it was a decent flick. It wasn't, it wasn't knocked down. This is hilarious, but and I knew that, like you said, recast it. When I saw Just Hilarious, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, they just whoever was available. All right.
No, she's popular. You know, it's all about who's popular.
That's what I'm saying. So as far as casting, you mean just him? You don't think he did as well in the lead role as you would have liked?
I don't want to be like. It's just I just know so many talented comics that don't get the shine, man.
It might have been his movie though.
100%. And listen, when it's your film, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Come on, sister.
Me said, is he topless? No,
it's just me. Are you topless, me? I'm sorry, I don't want to be like that right now.
He's wearing a matching tank. That's all.
It's because I'm black. That's why.
A flesh tank. Yeah. All right, let me get into it. No, Cat killed it. Well, Cat is a veteran. He's a seasoned vet.
It's not even a vet, man. He's nice, man. We don't give Cat his roses, man. We don't give him his roses, man. That was a brilliant. When he was heckling, I was like, man, that was brilliant. That was a brilliant scene, man. But we're gonna be watching, man.
It was well written. It was a well written scene. You giving him? I mean, of course, he finessed him.
You could say that scene was well written, but looking at the rest of the movie, like how is it that one scene that's well written and the rest of the movie is like,
You're right. All right, we on with Rallo Boykins, man. He got a new project, digital, dropping one of the I don't say DC's funniest comedians no more. Just one of the funniest up and coming comedians, and I only say up and coming because most people don't know you, but you've been in the game for a minute. Now you're based out of New York. The birth of a troll. Let's get into that real quick right here. Let's see here. Play this little clip. See how this go. No copyright smoke. Right. Put this joint in here.
oh,
That covers hard. All right, here we go.
I usually do what most black people do in terms of politics and shit. That's what made the whole NFL situation tricky for me.
Can you hear it?
You guys know Colin Kaepernick was he was protesting police brutality. So he was like taking a knee like before the games, and it was a situation, man. It was a situation. The NFL didn't like it, and that really split the black community. That issue, because like black people, like we hate racism and prejudice, but a lot of us love football, and there was no middle ground on that shit. There was no middle ground. You either were watching or you weren't watching. I was caught in the middle. It was tough because like half of the black community was like, we're with Kaepernick. It's wrong for the NFL not to let him protest police brutality. The NFL is out of line. I'm not watching. I'm not supporting with my viewership. And the other half of the black community was like, are you ready for some football? I had to give up so much already. Now I gotta lose my Sunday. I can't watch the game.
Birth of a Troll, Rallo Boykins right there. When is it available, man? Wait a minute.
It's gonna hurt me more.
Wait a minute. I pulled everybody down.
Oh, man.
All right, here we go. When is it available?
The 24th of July, man. The 24th of July is dropping on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play. It's on everything. All the major.
How does that process work? Where did you record that? Like, is that before the lockdown?
Nah, man. This is way before this. Oh, I recorded this in 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, I recorded it at the Big Hunt. Shout out Big Hunt, Sean Joyce. Yeah, recorded it there. CD Baby distributed it, and it's just time you gotta create, man.
Yeah, you do.
I feel like a lot of times, if it's not perfect, people are hesitant to move forward with projects. But man, sometimes you just gotta do the shit because the people that fuck with you gonna love it regardless. Yeah. And you just gotta do the shit. So
now, so when you did it though, let's get into that. Like, was it a deal? Is it because I'm familiar with CD Baby, but I also know that they just like kind of went under. Like they only did well they don't do hard copy no more. They do only
okay, that's fair.
Yeah, they only do digital. So was it a thing where you had to sign off on your content? Do you still own it?
I own my shit. I own it. Yeah,
so what's the math on that? What do you get is it a penny per stream? Is it, you know what I mean?
No, I don't get penny.
People want to know like that type of, because that a lot of times that will stop somebody who's hesitant because I don't understand. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna take my stuff and.
Oh, fair enough. No. You still own your content. And you get a large portion. I gotta go back to see the specific numbers because I don't recall them right now. But it's good. It's good money. It's a good percentage.
Right.
And if you don't got no representation, you gotta do something. Like you gotta do something.
Hey, I know the drill.
Behind and listen, man. I'm leaving DC, right? Leaving DC. And moving to New York because it's like, okay, let's see how you measure up with the big wigs, and you in there with the industry. It's motherfuckers making decisions,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, you gotta still, no matter where you are, you gotta get busy on your own. You can't wait for people, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
How long you been in New York?
You said what? Since 2017.
2017. So in that time that you were there before the lockdown, where would you say you were career wise?
I guess a feature. I guess if you
like Was things moving the way you thought it would? Was New York everything you needed it to be?
Yeah, listen, the opportunities are there. Flat out in New York, the opportunities are there. Now, there are variables. What is your brand?
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you are a straight black dude, right? How are you received by white audiences?
Oh,
It's key. This is key.
okay.
How are you received? If you smash in a black room, are you smashing a white room? Are you changing your tone, your delivery? All these things are assessed. It's not explicit, but they're assessed. You do these clubs and they'll say, okay, well, he's good for the black night, maybe. Like the night with black people. You know what I'm saying? And you get put in these boxes. That's why, and it's tough, man, because we in the game. You look on Netflix, you see the black male faces, kind of friendly, unassuming, quirky,
non-threatening.
You don't see, you're not getting Def Jam energy,
right,
on these, and so you really gotta really take ownership and really look at your artistry and what you want to convey, because what you putting out there, it may not be for Comedy Central. It just don't fit there. And if you got to decide whether or not you're okay with that and how you're going to advance in spite of that. You got to look at these things.
So to that point, let's keep it real. So colorism, how has it negatively affected you or enhanced your moves?
I wouldn't say negatively.
In Hollywood, I mean, that has never not been a thing in entertainment. The dark-skinned guy is probably going to be angry. His story is probably going to be a story of I came from nothing. And they really, a lot of the white people in charge, they really, that's their identifier with somebody that looks like you. That's how they think.
You know what? I don't think it's not a colorism thing. It's an energy thing. It's an energy thing, right? So you a black comic, right? A lot of the times I see, let's say you do race material.
Okay.
Let's say if you're doing race material, how is that coming off? Is it making white people, the white audience, cringe more than they laughing? Because that's not good. That's not good. So me, I got a beautiful smile. I can get, and my jokes are good.
Yeah.
I do have good jokes. The jokes are good. So if the jokes are good, you can thrive anywhere. You know what I'm saying? If the jokes are good, you could thrive anywhere. It's just now you have to build the relationships. And if you coming from like the black community, it may be tough for you. It may be tough for you moving in them circles because it's just not like what you came from. I'm coming from a baby ghetto, a HBCU.
Right.
But you moving in the industry and the setting is almost like how you would have to move in a white corporate setting.
In corporate America. Oh, absolutely. Without question.
It's really similar.
Yeah.
When you talking about making that money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to figure out how you're going to navigate that. But the wild card is always the shit you doing independently. Your independent projects that's growing your base, that's growing your numbers. So now you have a little bit more leverage.
Right.
Because I've been in these meetings, and one of the main questions they always asking is like, what do you got going on outside of you here trying to sell up something and get some money? Like, what do you got going on?
They be so rude. They be so rude when they say it too. It's so condescending. What else you have?
It's true.
Yeah. What else you have?
Listen, they want to know. That's why I tell, because I feel bad for us, like if you have a majority black audience, man, and these motherfuckers, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like when they say, man, it's wrong for everybody, man, it's not. That's a lie, man. It's not true. It's not.
That's like the biggest trick in the whole game.
That's a lie.
Not
It's just
room.
not true.
Funny is funny.
It's
No,
room. It's enough room
no.
for
Yeah.
niggas that's gonna make other people
Yeah.
the most money.
Yeah.
That's who it's room for. Talent is not going. No, it's not room for everybody who's good at telling jokes.
Yeah.
They gonna pick the niggas that's gonna make the most money.
So when you hear that you know that line, man, we all can eat. You don't buy it.
No, it's not accurate. But what happens is one person eats, and if they a stand up person, they'll bring their crew. They'll bring as many, depending on how much they eating, the more the crew they bring.
Right.
And that's good. That's good enough.
Right. Especially if you lined up with them, then that's super.
Yeah, man,
Like,
yeah.
if I know him, then yeah, or her, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Hey,
Yes, man. So
I'm over here. We over here.
and we need more of that, man. Because
Yeah.
come from DC, man, it's killers in DC, man. It's I'm talking about people I consider like mentors in the game that I just watch just
Destroy.
monsters, man. And
Yeah.
they kill, man. But the way this industry is, man, they I see you see who they picking.
Right.
You see who they picking, man. It's crazy, man.
Well, it's a lot of factors to that, and not to get too deep, but you know, a lot of time those personalities that come from this area are so headstrong, because of the environment that we came up in and how we were raised and how the circuit was back in the day.
100%.
It doesn't match with somebody that's, say, coming from a small town, getting into the industry, going to LA, going to New York, and really like a happy dog because they're just happy to be there. And the people in charge is like, all right, well, yeah, come, you know, here's some treats and just stay with me, stay close to me. Where a lot of times people that we know as stone killers on stage from this area, so headstrong, they like, nah, I'm not going for everything. First of all, and, you know what I'm saying, and two, I've earned my stripes. Give me my respect. And people in the industry that hold the keys are like, stripes, respect. Do you know where you at? And I've seen that personally.
You seen it?
Yeah, I've seen that. I mean, there's some names I could throw out, but I won't.
Yeah. People don't care, man. I feel like that era is a lost era.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a lost era because I feel like if you ain't reached that superstardom like a Mike Epps or a Eddie Griffin or a Bill Bellamy or Martin, you know what I'm saying? It's like, where do you go from here outside of going on the road? Like, niggas, I feel like niggas you don't want to do that forever.
Nah, not anymore.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important that you find a way to create, you know, invest in yourself, invest smart. Because if you put that content out there and it's good and you know how to get it to people, man, that's leverage, man. And I mean, honestly, that's just what you have to do.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't getting shows.
Nah, not anymore.
Niggas not getting shows.
Yeah. If you're just tuning in, we got comedian Rallo Boykins. He got a new project coming out, The Birth of a Troll, on July 24th. He got his line of cocoa butter coming back, his own line of
Rallo. Listen, man. Almost, man.
Get the hair pics jumping with your face on it.
Listen, Lamont, merch, man.
It's all about merch.
Merch.
So I'm gonna take a couple questions before I let you go. Meech is in Boston. She says, how do you both of you feel about the Boston comedy scene? The reason why I picked this question, because it's ironic that she asked it, because the last time I went to Boston to a headline, I took you.
You did, man. I appreciate that too.
Yeah, and that was a shout out to Jonathan Gates, Black Comedy Explosion up there, which was something I had been trying to do for years and years and years, and just finally was able to do it. And I had a day job, and it was a 7-hour drive. I'm like, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Left work, came and got you from work in New York, and then kept it going up there, and then drove back like the same night because you had to be at work again.
That's some gangster shit.
Yeah, and that was a fun little deal. But that's the side that people don't see. They don't see that.
They don't. Kill black audiences, man.
Yeah.
That shit just feel better, man.
Yeah.
When they laughing and they loving it, it just feel better, man. Cause you really you can't do a lot of cutesy shit, man.
You can't, because they not. That's not what they came for.
They
Like,
don't. You can't get away with that shit.
And Jonathan's was a beautiful room because he's been doing it for like 15 years or whatever. But what he do is he has an altar call at the end of the show, and I heard about it for years and never believed it. He literally has a devotional. He goes in. He's a very spiritual brother. He goes into a devotional, and then they have if you have not brought your life to Christ, this is at the end of the comedy show. Chicken wings, Hennessy,
right?
shits, bitches, motherfuckers, all that, and then at the end. He keeps it real, takes it all the way down, drops a devotional on altar call. Bring your life. If you want to turn your life, give your life to Jesus Christ. And they in there. And then the after party. It's a beautiful. It is a beautiful scene.
That is beautiful.
But that's all I know of Boston. So to answer her question, that's all I know of Boston is Jonathan Gates. He is Boston comedy as far as I'm concerned. All right, last question. Oh yeah, how do you feel? Well, you kind of touched on it. Where'd it go? Do you feel that the industry picks one black comedian at a time?
I mean, when you say industry, you yes, man. There's only room.
Yeah,
and of course, it's it's more white people than black people. So just in terms of numbers of citizens and demographics, but one man, it seems to be one like megastar comedic entertainer at a time. That is what it's
that numbers rationale. That's not fair. That's not just because it's more of them than us. We should only have one at a time.
Then say we should only.
Yeah, nah. I mean, you put 10 of ours up against them, it's gonna be 10-1. Funny wise.
Well, yeah, we're marginalized though.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that ain't. I don't buy it because it's a numbers thing. It's they don't want to put more than one on a pedestal at any given time. I don't think, because that's you create too much opportunity and too much. They want to keep something for themselves. They don't want us to take everything. That's what I think.
Could you name 10? A lot of white comedians quietly are making a lot of money.
Oh, right? Absolutely.
Quietly, right?
Not quietly. The pay gap is insane.
It's quiet in turn, because when you say one black comedian at a time, really you're talking about who's getting like the spotlight, right?
Yeah.
Like Kevin Hart, spotlight.
Right.
It's like Kevin Hart, you see him everywhere on TV. Like in terms of white comedians, like who are like 10 white comedians would you say are getting like a Kevin Hart type of spotlight right now?
It wouldn't get that spotlight because they don't put them. So you got Brian Regan, who just destroys revenue wise.
Well, he getting money, but motherfuckers don't know him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm naming. I mean, I'm a student of the craft. What's the puppet guy?
Getting money too. You naming all the people on that list.
Jeff Dunham's, Larry the Cable Guy before he fell by the wayside. They get it. They get it for showing up.
They get money, but they're not in the media. Like, we don't even unless you knew, you wouldn't know.
Right. True.
So I'm saying, do you think there are black comedians getting that kind of money on the low? Not that kind of money, but are getting money just on a smaller level. So is it really only one? It's one black comedian that's getting media attention.
Well, when I say one, it's like they put one. This is what the industry will do. It's just the way I've seen it. Here's your star, right? 100%. And at that time, this is your star. Here you go. And until he moves out the way, there's no room for any other star to be on that same level. We don't get two at a time. Blockbuster movie. So it was. I remember the order. It was.
I mean, there's only one, so you got it.
It was like Chris trailed off to Cat trailed off to Mike. Mike kind of. No, I'm sorry. Dave was before Mike. Dave left. Mike kind of went up. Mike got weird, and then Kevin came out of nowhere took it and has not given it back. That was the order where there's like one guy that's going to get the movies,
Right.
get endorsements. You're going to see him in your city 3 times a year. It's that. But Kevin changed the game so much that there is no one else even close to him other than somebody that's doing it themselves. Like,
but is it the fame you want or the money?
You want the opportunity.
I really think niggas want the money.
Everybody get into comedy to be a movie star. They want the opportunity. And if only 2 people getting movies,
it's bigger than just movies. It's
now
shows.
it is. Now
it's
when you got into it, it wasn't bigger than just movies. The game has changed even since when you got into it. But that was you wanted to be at the top of the Hollywood game.
That's a lot, man.
Eddie Murphy. You wanted to be Eddie Murphy. Everybody wanted to be Eddie Murphy.
I just want that money, man.
Well, yes.
I just want that bread, man. Because I mean, like, you just don't see youngins like getting sitcoms. Like it be white comedians on sitcoms getting money, and it was like, you don't even know these shows are on air.
Yeah, you're right.
And they're not even that good, but it just happens, man. I can't
find out it'll be a canceled show, and you would never even knew.
And that's syndication. They done got all that money, man. And it's just the marginalization is just so grand.
Yeah, I like that. That might be the word of your next special.
Because sure, we get one star, but Mike Epps. I don't think Mike Epps is hurting. Dave Chappelle's definitely not hurting.
No, sir.
I don't think Chris Rock is hurting.
No, sir.
So we got black stars.
Yeah, to us, they'll always be stars to us. But the way they do it in the industry, is just a little bit different. Wait, let me put this comment. I'm gonna let you go. I gotta put Ed up here because Ed, I gotta expose. Black comedians happen to be on Wild 'N Out. That's their high. They don't have the Eddie Murphy and the Martin Drive. Untrue. Let me expose you, Ed.
I heard paying niggas at Wild 'N Out.
Hold up, but I gotta say this about Ed, man. I'm gonna have Ed on the show because his opinions are very unique. But I tell you this, we used to talk comedy all the time about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
When I first moved to LA, he would call me and tell me who he thought the next biggest was going to be. And I remember one phone call, and he probably denied. I'm talking right to you, Ed. He probably denied. I'm in the back of the Laugh Factory on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
And he called me, telling me, I said, yo, this is like 2005. I said, Kevin Hart is on stage right now. He is going to be the world's biggest star in comedy.
That's what you said?
What I said he's on stage. I said, you don't understand what he's doing, and how he approaches it. I said in 2005. He was and he started naming like 5 other people. I was like, Kevin Hart, man, is the future of the game. I said that in 2005. So I got to bring him on the show to have him agree. Yeah, I said, yeah, you're right. He remembers the conversation.
Shout out to Ed, man.
Big Ed. All right. So Rallo Boykins, man, Birth of Patrol in stores. I mean,
we gotta do this again, man. This is fun. I've been saying no to a lot of people's stuff because I don't want to do it.
Well, I'm here every day, so whatever.
Every day?
Yeah, I'm here every day,
Who's
man.
your next guest?
You said what?
Who's your next guest?
Who my next guest? Hey, it's a mystery. You got to tune in, champ. That's why that's why we say with special guests.
Shit, I'm gonna tune in then. Damn.
Yeah, absolutely.
This shit was good.
I appreciate you, man. Put a shirt on, man. I'll holler at you.
Got a shirt on, man. Don't act like that, man.
All right. All right, y'all. There it is. Rallo Boykins, man. Birth of Patrol. All right, we gotta go, man. We're running out of time. Around this time, as you know, we close out with a word from an elder in a segment we like to call Hi Dad. Very special episode of Hi Dad. We had a death in the family last week, and so here's a message from the elder.
Happy everyday, brothers and sisters. This is Alpha Papa with today's reflection. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. With the passing of a loved one during this time in our life, it is difficult to express your condolences, thoughts, and gratitudes towards each other. by helping the bereaved by passing on information to others via telephone, email, and other electronic means, you ease the burden of grief. A message to the family by these means is now the new normal for a big, warm hug. I appreciate every type of correspondence, written or electronic, that I have received for the loss of my sister. I want to thank all my friends for getting the word out to everyone that knew my sister throughout her life. Phone trees work well. Thank you for those electronic hugs. Peace and blessings from Alpha Papa.
And there it is, folks. That's all the time we have for today on Let's Go Live with Lamont King. I want to thank my guest, Rallo Boykins. Also, we had Roland Martin on standby. I'm sorry we ran out of time again. We'll try to get you in tomorrow, man. Y'all enjoy. Be safe. Holla at you in a minute.